Assalamu alaikum, children. How are you all? As you all know, we are doing the Makki life of Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And in my last session, I was doing the event of Taif, and then we moved to the journey to Miraj. So today we are focusing on the pledges of Aqaba. You all know that after the death of Holy Prophet Sallallahu, after the death of Abu Talib and Hazrat Khadija Razila Ta'ala anha, Holy Prophet ﷺ was going through the period of Amul Hazan, or the year of grief, and he was now trying to continue his prophetic mission when he came back with all the inspiration and strength after the journey of Miraj. Now his focus was on people who were coming for pilgrimage outside Mecca. So the people of Yasrab, how they took the pledge, this is all our major topic of discussion today. And let's start with the past paper question. The one of the past paper question is, the pledges of Aqaba were made in the Holy Prophet ﷺ's last years in Mecca. You all know that after these pledges of Aqaba, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he got the hope that he can move to other places, and after, of course, after Allah's command, he moved to Yasrab, and that was the major migration of Prophet ﷺ after living for 13 years in Makkah. So the question is, outline the reasons. Now the pledges of Aqaba were made in the Prophet ﷺ last years in Makkah. This is a statement. Actual question that you will be focusing, outline the reasons for these pledges. What were the reason of these pledges? And write about the details in them, that what pledge they took. We will go into the detail. And you all know A part is all about knowledge. So in this knowledge part, we are going to describe the details of the reasons of these pledges. And also remember that the length will be 250 to 300 words. Okay, it's an essay length answer A part. So once we have finished this, then I will move to the B part. So in the 11th year of prophethood, as the pilgrimage Hajj season approached, now the Hajj season was coming, the Prophet ﷺ, he intensified his efforts of propagating Islam among the people who were visiting Makkah, who were coming from outside Makkah. So one day, as he, along with his two companions, who were the two companions, Abu Bakr Razila Ta'ala anhu and Ali Razila Ta'ala anhu, they were passing by the valley of Aqaba. They encountered 6 men from Yasrib, and they were from the Aus tribe. These people had heard from the Jews of Yasrib. Now, Yasrib was a city which was inhabited by 3 types, mainly the 3 types of people were living there. There were tribes of people of Aus, Khazraj, and the rest of the people were Jews. Okay, so the Jews, they have informed them that the Prophet was about to come and that the Jews would follow him and destroy them just as the children of Ad and Aram had been destroyed. So, as it is written in the Quran, that they will be destroyed as the people of Ad and Aram had been destroyed. So when the Prophet ﷺ invited them to Islam, they said among themselves, "No, surely this is the Prophet with whom the Jews are ever threatening us." Now the Jews, they used to threaten them that the Prophet will come. Therefore, let us make haste and be the first to join him. So they were very quick in joining Islam, in accepting Islam. So they therefore embraced Islam. And now these 6 newly convert, they remained very steadfast. They went back to Yasrib and they started preaching the message of Islam with full devotion. Then what happened next? Now we are coming to the first pledge of Aqaba. After giving a little background, the reason, now we will move to first pledge. The following year, on the occasion of pilgrimage, again, the next year, on the occasion of Hajj, a group of 12 people from Medina, you can call it Yasrib also, they came and met the Prophet ﷺ. They declared their faith in Prophet Muhammad ﷺ as the last Prophet of Allah and pledged, we will not worship anyone but only one Allah. We will not steal, neither we will commit adultery nor kill our children. We will not utter slander, intentionally forging falsehood, and we will not disobey you in any just matter. When they had taken the pledge, the Prophet ﷺ said, he who carries it out, Allah will reward him, and who neglect anything it is afflicted in this world, it may prove redemption for him in the hereafter. And if the sin remains hidden from the eyes of the man, and no grief comes to him, then his affair is with Allah. He may forgive him or he may not. So this is what Prophet ﷺ replied. Now remember, in the first people who accepted Islam were the people, 6 people. So in the first pledge, on the preaching of these 6 people, 12 people came and they took the pledge at the hands of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ that they will follow him and they will obey him. So after the pilgrimage, when they were returning to Yasrib, the Holy Prophet ﷺ, the Holy Prophet ﷺ sent Musab bin Umair along with them. This word is missing here. Holy Prophet ﷺ sent Musab bin Umair Abdari along with them as the first Muslim ambassador to teach the people the doctrines of Islam, give them practical guidance, and make attempts at propagating Islam among those who still professed polytheism. Musab bin Umair stayed in Yasrib, carrying out his mission diligently and successfully. So Musab bin Umair was also the first ambassador of Islam who was sent to Yasrib. Now Musab stayed with Asad for about 11 months, and many were the people who embraced Islam during that time. It was due to the effort of Musab bin Umair and Allah's will that many people embraced Islam. Then when the month of next pilgrimage drew near, he returned to Makkah to give the tidings, the glad tidings to Prophet Muhammad ﷺ of how he had fared among the various clans of Aus and Khazraj. He got very mingled up with those people and showed through his guidance and his example. Then the Prophet ﷺ knew that the well-watered land, why he called that land as a well-watered land? Because as contrary to Makkah, which was a desert, Medina or Yasrib was a very fertile land. Okay. So Prophet ﷺ had already seen this in his vision, in his dream, that he is going to migrate to that area. So in the 13th year of prophethood, Musab bin Umair returned to Makkah and gave the glad tidings that the Yasrib was ready to provide services. Now the second pledge of Aqaba took place. First, in the beginning, 6 people embraced Islam. First pledge, 12 people. Second pledge, now you see. During the pilgrimage, 73 converts from Yasrib came to perform the rituals of Hajj, but the oft-repeated question amongst them was, isn't it high time we protect the Prophet ﷺ instead of leaving him forsaken, deserted and stumbling in the hillocks of Makkah? So they came with all the intention to offer Muhammad ﷺ to come to their city where they will provide him protection, where they are ready to accept him as their leader. Therefore, shortly after reaching at Makkah, they met the Holy Prophet ﷺ at Aqaba and pledged to refrain from shirk, to obey the Prophet ﷺ in all situations, and to physically defend him and his companion, invited him over to Yasrib as their leader at all cost. When the Quraysh, they also is a printing error, so just ignore it. When the Quraysh got to know about this allegiance, they held a meeting at their council hall Darun Nadwa, where Abu Jahl suggested that now it is the time that they should assassinate the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. This sinful proposal was unanimously accepted by all the delegates representing the different clans of Quraysh who attended this meeting. So, after hearing about the pledges and knowing the people coming from Yasrib increasing day by day, they got really annoyed and now they plan to kill Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So this is what is the requirement of the question. We have given the reasons and then we have written the details of the pledges. So this is the end for A part question. Now I'm going back to the B part question. B part question is, in your view, why should Muslim provide a safe haven for others? Now let's try to understand the requirement of the question. First, I will repeat that B part question is all about reasoning and understanding. The length of B part is 8 to 10 lines and it should not include any kind of knowledge or description. It should only be reason. And you see, Cambridge itself has written, give reason for your answer. So why should Muslim? First of all, you will answer in your view. You can start by saying, in my opinion, in my view, I feel, by saying that all Muslims should provide a place of protection to their fellow brothers, especially if they are being persecuted living in a non-Muslim country. Following the example of, we will just touch by saying, following the example of Prophet Muhammad SAW and his followers, like the people of Yasrib, provide a safe haven to the Muslims of Makkah. So Muslims today, if their fellow brothers are migrating, coming to non-Muslim countries like US, Canada, UK, you can name any of the other country, and then you can say that we as Muslim, when we know that some of the immigrants are coming, we should welcome them. If we have an extra place at our home, we can provide them, we can guide them as to where to find the job, where to admit their children, and this will help in creating a close-knit Muslim society where the Muslims would be able to demonstrate through their behavior and through their rituals that Islam is a religion of peace. It will promote a positive message of Islam, and many others would come and accept Islam. This is how you are going to address your B part question. So I hope the pledges of Aqaba are clear. All the details are given in the notes. They are in the form of answer to help you build up your question solving ability. You can consult other books. The matter which I have given is giving you idea. It is a complete answer. But if you are using other books, there is no harm in using other books, but the knowledge should be relevant. Okay, it should be authentic ones. So with this, I am ending today's session. And if you have any question, you can ask me. And inshallah, meet you soon in the next session with the migration to Yasrib. So